fruit and veg, but to Chris, of course, it's a big deal.
People don't perceive a phobia of fruit and vegetables as a problem. Quite bizarrely, they just think you're a fatty eater and you're a bit fussy. I find that quite irritating. I find it irritating to the point of, like, wanting to punch someone in the face.
Still, though, what a fussy, fatty eater.
So, I hold the asparagus, but I also hold the orange.
Grape with dead bats in it!
Which brings us to our most elaborate dog wee of the week.
Most elaborate dog wee of the week. Most elaborate dog wee of the week.
Oh, I've rented out the room upstairs to a wedding party. Living's 4 weddings and in which weddings compete to see which is best. And I know what you're thinking, not another one of those type of shows, and I quite agree, so I didn't watch any more of them. Coronation Street now, and poor Joe was in a terrible state. Well, you know what it's like when you can't find what you're looking for.
You looking for these, Joe? Sorry, I borrowed them. I thought I had a touch of swine flu. They are good, but they do make your tongue go red.
I was curious to see that Norris is able to communicate in Morse code.
Oh, I say. Yeah, and
Dot, 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 dot. Dot, 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 dot. 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 Dot, dot, dot. Of course, this was the year that Darren Brown predicted the lottery numbers. But let's see if, like Darren Brown, I can predict the outcome of the Betty Turpin's handbag medication lottery. Right, let me think, yeah.
Blood pressure. Cholesterol. Angina. Oh, what's that one?
That's what I predicted. Hey, look. Yeah. And if you're wondering how I did that, here's how.
Blood pressure.
Earlier in the year, I watched Coronation Street, and as Betty withdrew the items from her handbag,
Angina.
I wrote them down.
Oh, what's that one?
Then, whilst I played the clip to the viewers at home, I quickly wrote down the words on the balls using a pen. However, in my haste, I got one wrong and had to erase it. Then I spilt the Tipex all over the desk. I quickly tried to wipe it off with some Mr. Muscle in a cloth. But it still left a slight mark, so I substituted the desktop for a new one. It was extremely tiring work, so I stopped for a short break. Before carrying on and finishing the new tabletop. Then, when the clip finished, I simply pretended nothing had happened. Yes, that was what I predicted. Which brings us to our most casual turning on of a car indicator of the week.
Most casual turning on of a car indicator of the week.
We're going in just to get them and bring them back to the centre. It does make me angry.
Right then, let's find out what BBC Three have been up to.
Hello there, I'm George Lamb. We've been to every corner of the UK in search of young, talented butchers.
Sorry, I thought you said butchers.
Who will be crowned the first ever BBC Young Butcher of the Year?
Yeah, it's Young Butcher of the Year. We haven't made it up, it's a real show. And in an interesting career move, it was presented by Six Music DJ George Lamb. He's smart. He knows you don't get anywhere in this business without a catchphrase.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop making sausages.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop making sausages. It's not exactly bring on the wall! But at least it's not bring on the wall! So, let's have a look at some of the hopefuls.
A few months ago, our hunt to find Britain's top young butchers got underway. We've sorted through a mountain of applications...
Hang on a minute. Go back a bit. There was one I like the look of.
Our hunt to find Britain's top young butchers got underway. We've sorted through a mountain of applications...
Yeah, I don't know what it is about candidate 1034 Paul Herbert, but... Sadly, Paul didn't get into the finals. Where do you think you went wrong, Paul?
I didn't have any confidence in my sausage.
Let's have a look at a few of the finalists.
Our second finalist from Lincolnshire, 23-year-old Jim Sutcliffe.
I love experimenting with meat and coming up with new products.
Yeah, he's less of a butcher, more of a meat scientist. So, what new products has he come up with?
So out on the floor, Jim's removed the ribs and spine from the saddle of lamb and sewn up both ends to make an oblong shape with an aubergine stuck inside.
OK. I'm not sure where this is going, but I'm prepared to go with it.
Jim's is getting weirder by the minute. He's now stitched the lamb's kidneys on top and pierced the ribs through the side.
A little bit odd, but carry on.
Now Jim's placed a stick of celery in the aubergine and is attaching a cabbage leaf to it.
And now he's being detained under Section 2 of the Mental Health Act.
It's my take on a Viking longship here with the oars. I've made a mast out of a piece of celery to be able to put a sail on it just to finish it.
So, Jim's kicked off his window display with a Viking longboat centrepiece.
Of course, I should have seen it coming. It was a Viking longship made of meat. Oh, I worked on a meat version of an ancient form of boat. Yeah, here it is. It's my mince galleon. Uh-oh, it's the meat Viking longboat. Oh, and... Yeah, that showed him. The mince galleon. I wonder who's driving it. It's the funny face ice cream.
Hello, how are you? Glad to help.
Well, I was thrilled for the finalist, Chris.
He produced his first sausage just 2 weeks ago.
Must be all that meat you're eating. Despite being a relative rookie in the sausage-making stakes, Chris found himself in the final two. To what did he attribute his success?
You worried there, Chris?
Yeah, you had me for a second, but I had confidence in my sausage.
You've got to have confidence in your sausage.
That's where I went wrong.
So it all came down to the tasting.
Wow, sausage o'clock, guys.
It's sausage o'clock. Is it? Well, the big sausage is on the 12, the little sausage is on the 9, so that's... sausage. Dirty girl. Taking advantage like that. Which brings us to our most unconvincing signature of the week.
Most unconvincing signature of the week.
It's my pleasure.
Most unconvincing signature of the week.
That's unconvincing. Oh, yes, of course, the bowl of soup I ordered. You must excuse me, I missed my lunch and... Wait a minute! What's that in my soup? Waiter, there's a fry in my soup. Allow me one. This was Last Chance to See, where Stephen Fry and another bloke go around the world seeing animals that are almost extinct due to people going around the world drawing attention to them. First, they were after the Komodo dragon, but of course there were lots of other animals to meet along the way, such as the pangolin with its powerful claws.
There he goes.
There you are.
They find it hard to walk because of those big claws. Of course, they have to walk with the claws. Oh, look at that. Wow. That's where the claws come in handy as well.
With its powerful claws. But then we were treated to every naturalist's favourite sequence, the late-night ritual of the turtle laying its eggs on the beach.
Oh, look, there they are, yes.
Actually, the ranger has to get the rest of the eggs out of this nest. So where is it? There he comes.
Goodness me. That's extraordinary, isn't it? It's another example of how the act of conservation is almost exactly the same as the act of poaching. Isn't it? What we're doing here for good used to be done by people to take the eggs to steal them for food.
Yes. Absolutely. Now you can reach in.
Nice, Stephen. I don't think I could eat another one. Just one. This week, he was after one of the rarest birds in the world, the kakapo. So, what does a kakapo look like?
It ought to be impossible to describe a creature as looking old-fashioned, but that's exactly how Sirocco looks, with his big sideburns and his Victorian gentleman's face.
Yeah, the big sideburns and the Victorian gentleman. Yeah, actually, it reminded me that my great-granddad was Victorian. I was just looking through some old family photos of my ancestors, and yeah, who's that old guy on the left? I think that's Uncle Kakapo, I think. Yeah, he's extinct now. As Stephen pointed out, there aren't many kakapos left, and so naturally the ones that are around are pretty lonely and frustrated. They'll pretty much mate with anything that looks a bit like a kakapo.
Do you think it is he's actually attempting a sort of mating ritual? Yeah.
Go on, son, go for it. Go on. Give it some. Go on. Get off me! Get off me! Oh. Which brings us to our TV highlight of the week.
TV highlight of the week.
Oh, dear. Hello.
It'll be dark soon.
Oi. Less of it. Ouch. Oh, I see. Oh, dear. Excuse me.
Ow.
Oh. Ow.
But may I now propose a toast to the universe